Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of Nevernight by Kristoff, and I was sent this book in exchange for a honest review by Harper Voyager, so thank you very much Harper Voyager for this. I requested it hoping I would get it, and they replied back saying that they didn't have any arcs available left, but they could send me a finished copy once they were out, and I was so excited, and then it arrived in the mail and I was so happy. I still went to the Nevernight launch party so I could hang out with my friends and also meet Kristoff and get this book signed, and it says for Becca, never forget. I also got these awesome bookmarks too at the Nevernight party. So I guess I should actually tell you what this book is about. This book is the first book in a youth fantasy series, obviously by Kristoff, and it follows a young girl named Mia. At a very young age, Mia's family is taken away from her in front of her eyes. And since that day, Mia has vowed to get revenge on the people that took her family away and wrecked their lives. She vows to join a school of assassins, to be the best of the best so she can get vengeance on the ones who destroyed her life. But this school of assassins is rueful, and before Mia can seek revenge, she first has to survive this school and pass, which is easier said than done. That's all I'm going to tell you about this book. This book is actually really hard to summarize because there's so much going on in this book, but I really enjoyed my time reading this. However, the first kind of 50 pages, I was still really unsure about this book. It takes a while to get into the book. At least it did for me. However, by the 150 page mark, which is about here in the book, I found myself immersed, and then it come to the point where I just couldn't put it down. It was somewhere between the 50 to 150 page that I became fully invested in this book, and I just couldn't put it down, and I needed to know what would happen next. As I said, it took me a little while to get into it, but I'm so happy that I stuck through it, and I definitely think it's worth sticking through if you're struggling to get through it. One really interesting and unique part of this book is the footnotes. This book has a lot of footnotes throughout the book, which I kind of enjoyed, kind of didn't. I'm actually not the biggest fan of footnotes, and I know that some people love it, so if you love footnotes, then you will love this book. But for me, they kind of take away from the story a little bit, especially because the footnotes at times could be really big and long and daunting, and sometimes they kind of went off topic a little bit, and I found like they kind of distracted me from the initial story that was going on. To be kind of honest, sorry Jay, I actually skipped a few of them. I did try and read most of them though. Some of them actually made me chuckle and laugh, but as I said, I'm just not a big fan of them myself, and so when I found that they were taking away from the story, I just kind of skipped them. I found, however, as the story went on and I became more invested, it was easier to read them, and I didn't find myself being taken out of the story. But especially for those first kind of pages, I really struggled with them, and as well as this story which has so much going on. This book also isn't for a younger reader. This book deals a lot with sex and death, which is all great, but if you're not comfortable about reading those things, especially gruesome deaths, then I would stick away from this book. But if it's something you can read, then I would really recommend it, because as I said, I really enjoyed this book. Mia is such a strong character, and I really enjoyed reading about her. She's definitely got her flaws, but she's also really fierce and kick-ass, and just one of those people that, you know, inspire you. She also really stands up to what she believes in, and I just really loved getting to know her throughout this book. There are also some other characters that I fell in love with throughout this book, and I really enjoyed reading about, and there were some characters that I hated. Obviously, we're in, for the majority of the book, an assassin's school, and so there are going to be some shitbags there, which you're going to despise. But that's okay, because Mia does too. I loved where this story went. I can't wait to see where it goes further. I found the plot really interesting. I could totally understand Mia's point of why she wanted revenge so bad. It didn't seem willy-nilly. I think it was really justified, and I just am rooting for her so much. Also, something happened towards the end of the book which I'm still in denial for, and I don't care. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it because it will break my little heart if it is true. So Jay, if you're watching this, you better make something happen in the next book so it's not true, okay? Because I can't handle it. Already though, that I can tell that this book series is going to be ruthless. I loved Jay's writing in this, and as I said, I think the story really becomes really strong and impactful and really exciting, especially the second half, and it's at that time where you just won't want to put this book down. In fact, because I didn't want to put this book down, I bought it on the train and public transport with me, so a lot of the time it was actually in my handbag, and it got hurt a little bit. As you can kind of see here, maybe you can, maybe you can't, or here is all frayed, covers bent. It's mainly here though that really annoys me. You probably can't even see, you're like, Becca, what are you talking about? But all here, like the plastic, or I don't know what it is, but it's kind of coming off the book here a little bit and I mourn it. But I just couldn't help it. I had to risk it getting damaged because I needed to know what was going to happen next. This book held me captive. I don't read as much fantasy as I would like to, but I definitely think this is such a great fantasy series, so even if you don't read as much fantasy, I still really would recommend this one. Basically, if this book sounds interesting to you at all, I would really recommend picking it up. And as I said, if you're struggling to get through those first few pages, push through it because it's totally worth the ride. Or at least I found it was anyway. I'm so frightened for the next book though. I have a feeling Jay is going to show no mercy on us at all. So let me know in the comments below if you have read Nevernight and what you thought of it. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!